Hello everyone, my name is Mike and this is the home of Guns and Horsepower. Today I'm doing a follow-up to my Dr. Color Chip paint chip repair system application review video that I did before. I had contacted Dr. Color Chip because I had an issue with the paint. So they went ahead and mixed me up a new batch and sent it to me. I complained that it was too runny. I didn't say anything about the color. The color to me was off as well. But they went ahead and sent me some new paint that definitely matches the car's color a lot closer, and it's a bit thicker as well. Let's see, hopefully this shows up on camera, but this is the paint they originally sent me. It's the same color code on the cap, M7T, which is platinum silver metallic for Porsche. This is the first bottle, and now that's the second bottle. Now let's see if we can put them side by side. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can see it. This is like a pure silver, which is I think what Porsche calls GT silver, and this has a little bit of that golden kind of pearl mixed in there, and a little bit of black too. So let's the color definitely looks like a closer match. Now let's check for the consistency of them. I'll put a drop on a notepad here and tilt it and let it run, and I'll show you the difference between the first paint I got and the second paint I got. Hopefully this kit works now like advertised. Go ahead and put a drop of the first one they sent me and a drop of the new paint they sent me. Definitely harder to get the new one out. Jeez, the other one just falls right out. Okay, so now I got them set up on a notepad. This is the original and this is the new one, and you'll see how quickly it runs. They are a little bit runny. I mean, it's paint, it's not supposed to be tacky, but you can see the first paint they sent me, it's definitely more reflective in the camera. In the light you can see it's definitely a lot silver. This one here's got some more color changes to it, and you can tell that the first paint definitely is runnier. It's just running down. And even when I go to do the droplet, the dropper, this one just, I don't barely have to squeeze it, it falls right out. This one I have to squeeze as hard as I can to get it out. So let's go ahead and see how this new paint works. Let's go ahead and get you focused on that chip again. We'll stick with the same chip. Go ahead and redo it. It's kind of hard to find it sometimes. There we go. And like I said, I can only get so close and then the camera has trouble focusing. Let me see it right there. Yeah, there, that's good. Alright, I'll shake up the, let's make sure I got the right paint here. Shake up the paint a little bit more. Like I said, this looks a lot closer to the color. It's definitely thicker. So let's see now if it works better. Like I said, if I blob it straight onto the car, it's too much. So I'm going to go ahead and put it onto the paper here. Let me go ahead and do 2 drops. Oh yeah, the drops are definitely way smaller. Let's see here. Got my brush. Alright, we'll go ahead and get a dab right next to the dot, or the chip I should say. See, I think I'll put it right there. There, that's a good blob. Oh yeah, you can even tell in the camera that the color is much closer. The first bottle they sent me is much brighter silver. When I dabbed it on there, it was just gleaming. And it started running down the fender. I'll let it sit and just let it cure up here just for a couple seconds. I feel like that still works the best. They recommend, the initial basic kit comes with a rubber glove for smearing, but like I said in my first video, I updated to their silicone squeegee, which is much easier to use. The glove is hard to see. The squeegee is clear. You can see right through, so you can see exactly what you're smearing. Well, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Much better. Much better. I can tell already. The color is much closer. The paint is a little thicker than the other one. I can tell when the original paint they gave me, when I shake it up, after shaking it, a bunch of bubbles form to come to the top, whereas the new paint doesn't. So it's definitely a lot runnier, the old one. but the color match is much better on this second bottle they sent me. So all I did is, after I did that initial video, I was just like, there's something wrong with this paint. It just can't be this runny and be effective. So I went ahead and sent Dr. Color Chip an email, and it was on I think a Saturday, so they were closed. I got a response on Monday saying that their tech was mixing up a new batch of the color for me, and they sent it out the same day. So thank you very much to them. I don't know what happened the first time around, but so far this looks to be working much better than it did the first time. You can see that chip. You can still tell it's there. I haven't used the Seal-Lak and blended it yet, but from what I can tell, it's definitely closer to the color. On the first video, if you go back and look, you can see that chip is just gleaming, almost like it's highlighted. So we'll go ahead and shake up this Seal-Lak blending solution. Get a little bit of that on the cloth, and we'll go ahead and do a little blending. It says you're supposed to wait about 3 minutes for the paint to get tacky. I'm just touching to the side. I don't want to, it's dry. I don't want to touch right in the chip. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Seal-Lak on here. I got this, I got my cloth here, and just putting a little bit. I don't want to saturate it, but it does come out pretty easily. Be careful there. Should be plenty. Now we'll go ahead and get off the old, or the paint we don't want on the car. Off the clear. Oh yeah, this is definitely working much better. Much better. The first paint they sent me, I had to work to get that to do something. This is much better. I can tell already. Go ahead and buff it. And along with the paint, they also sent me an additional rubber glove, another one of these cloths, and a micro brush. So that was nice. You can clean the brushes with acetone, but it's always nice to use new brushes. Well, there you go. That is much better. You can definitely tell the chip is still there, but in the first video with the wrong paint color, it was just gleaming. And I had to blob it in the hole, let it sit up for a minute, and then kind of just smear it out. But this worked much closer to the description of the kit. So I guess I can update my review of this Dr. Color Chip, and definitely tell you it definitely works. Not as effective as I was hoping. I thought it would fill in the chip a lot more than it has. I guess I can try to help that with repeated applications, is what they say. You know, the deeper the chip, the more you apply the system to build it up. But I have a spot on the other side of the car that I've done it 3 or 4 times, and it doesn't seem to be building up much more over the initial application. But yes, with the new paint, the correct paint, correct color, correct consistency, the system definitely works better than it did in my first video. Do I recommend the kit? I'm still not sure. In my opinion, it's a bit pricey. $65 for these results. Like I said, I still think you could do better with getting the factory dealer touch-up paint and a couple micro brushes and just applying it real carefully. But this new paint definitely works better. Thank you, Dr. Color Chip, for correcting the mistake. I don't know what happened in the first place. But as you can see, definitely an improvement. It works, just not as much or as well as I would hope for the money. Alright, well, I hope you found this video informative. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and browse my other videos. Thanks again. Stay tuned.